So if you're a supporter of this channel, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you would know about a creator known as Melonie Mac that we have covered on the channel quite a few times before. They've had some interesting takes, to say the least. If you don't remember some of the takes they had, we covered a while back where they reported a 4chan conspiracy theory against Chris Tyson as actual news, like actual factual news. It was like some theory that Chris Tyson was becoming trans so that, you know, they can basically brainwash kids into becoming trans through Mr. Beast content. It was something weird and over the top like that. We also reported on a while back the fact that they celebrated the fact that a church burned down because that church allowed LGBTQ plus people to be a part of their congregation. So Melonie Mac is an insane person, and it's crazy to watch what Melonie Mac has become, because I actually used to be a fan of Melonie Mac back in the day. Oh, shit! Yes, this is true. Back in the day, she used to be a gaming streamer who was most well known for her fandom of the Tomb Raider games. So I used to watch her streams where she would often stream Tomb Raider. And I really enjoyed her. She had a very lovable personality. She was very entertaining to watch, and overall, just like I liked her content back then. And she seemed like someone who seemed to be pretty progressive. She had made some statements in the past, you know, in support of the LGBT community and, you know, various other things. So it seemed like she was, you know, not too politically motivated, just somebody who was into video games, but had, you know, a bit of progressive values. And then somewhere along the way, she just completely shifted to the right, in the, you know, far right direction, and now she's just gone nut job conservative, and I'm convinced it's a grift. You know, a lot of people will use the term grift, and you know, when they use that term, you know, it doesn't necessarily fit. It just maybe somebody's values have changed, or maybe they're a little bit more vocal with their values and stuff like that, and people will get labeled grifters. And more often than not, when people throw that label on someone, I don't think it fits. Having said that, I think it fits here, and we'll explain a little bit later why I believe that. But in any case, I'm kind of rambling here a bit. The reason we're talking about Melonie Mac today is because of this. A few days ago, it was announced that they had been banned on Twitch. Oh shit! Oh shit! Banned on Twitch. I see Casey Tron down here saying, finally, hope it's permanent. Oh shit! Oh shit! Not a big fan of Melonie Mac. Casey Tron there. But I thought we would take a look at this and just kind of look at some of the cope posting that's been happening ever since this was announced. So we have them quote tweeting the streamer bans, mention of their ban. Oh my, lol, I guess I got banned on Twitch. And they also said this: I have no idea what the ban is for, but I'm guessing it was for me telling people not to be fat, or for me speaking about the Bible. Only 14 days. I'm just going to do it again anyways. Interesting. So it was for hateful conduct, promoting, encouraging, or facilitating the discrimination or denigration of a group of people based on their protected characteristics. Examples of violative conduct include, but are not limited to, posting a combination of words and emotes in chat to promote denigration based on race, praising or supporting a hate crime, advocating for the exclusion of a group of people based on their disabilities, among various other reasons. This happened on one of their streams or their VODs, and they got a 14-day length suspension. So they are currently still suspended on the platform as we speak. But at this time, they said they really didn't know what the reason was. They put out another statement in the form of video. Twitch is weak. No wonder they're flopping, and I cannot play this video in its original form. We are streaming to Twitch, and she does use a not so friendly Twitch word. So I have an edited version of the statement here. Let's go ahead and let's have a listen, shall we?
Oh, look, Twitch banned me for 14 days for hate speech. I'm afraid you're gonna have to ban me for longer than that.
I think you guys can probably guess what she said that I had to edit out. It's a not so not so friendly word towards LGBT folks, to say the least. But yeah, I think it's really interesting that like she not only said that, but she also directly at Twitch while saying it. So it's almost like she's trying to push the limit so far that they permaban her, which is really fucking weird. But okay. Anyway. So we have this person here. Twitch executives are turning their platform into softcore porn in an attempt to save it from their own stupid decisions. You're trying to preach the word of God. Nobody should be surprised. To which she responds this. The thing about like Melonie Mac, and this is something that I really can't stand about like religious folks. And to be clear, like not all religious people are like this. There are plenty of people who are left-leaning progressives that also happen to be religious. And, you know, they're not all hateful people that use their religion as an excuse to be hateful, okay? But when it comes to people like Melonie Mac, they absolutely 100% use their religion as an excuse to be hateful. If she was just talking about her religious beliefs on stream, I don't think anybody would have a problem with that. But when you're using your religious beliefs to be hateful, that's when it becomes an issue. But in any case, let's continue. She did end up doing a video from her car talking about the ban. And it just seems like a whole lot of co-posting. So we're going to go ahead and play it. So without further ado,
play that shit.
Here we go.
Hey guys, I'm recording this from my car because I was going to take the weekend off, but I figured I needed to make a video about this. Twitch has banned me.
Justin Graves in the chat says she's trying to be a martyr. Yeah, it does kind of come off that way, right? Like, I'm going to stand by what I believe in, and Twitch is going to ban me, and I'm going to, like, be celebrated by all the worst fucking people on the internet for being banned by Twitch.
It is a 14-day ban. They banned me for hate speech. They didn't give a specific reason on what this hate speech was. By the way, I'm wearing clothes.
I like how she says hate speech in quotes as if she doesn't regularly use hate speech on her platforms. Like, how often have we seen her referring to like gay or trans people as F slurs? Like, it's so commonplace on her Twitter at this point that like I'm convinced she doesn't go a single day without uttering the F slur at this point.
I didn't want this to look like my hair covering my clothes. Anyway, so they didn't give me a specific reason, but when I'm just reminiscing about my streams from this week, the only thing I can think about is, one, I did spend like 30 minutes on my stream like 2 days ago yelling at people for being fat and telling them don't be fat and telling them.
What the fuck happened to her? Like I said, she used to be like, if you know, like, basically like the image that you get in your head when somebody says like the kind girl next door type, basically, like that's what she used to be, like a girl next door type, a real sweetheart, very kind to everyone, stuff like that. You would show up in her chat and it's like, hi, welcome to my stream. And it was a very friendly and welcoming experience. Now she's talking about like shitting on fat people that show up to like her streams and stuff. Like, who hurt you? Like, seriously.
Them to be healthy because I don't want them getting diabetes or heart attacks or something. So hey, you know, you should be living a healthy life.
I mean, if you're gonna call fat people fat, like, just fucking do it. Don't do this like concern troll shit where it's just like, oh well, I'm worried about your health, so that's why I bully you out of being fat, because I'm concerned about your health. It's just like, no, like, if you're gonna call me fat, just call me fucking fat. Grow some balls.
Lifestyle, I believe in you. So it's possible that that was it. Or two, on yesterday's stream, I was talking about the Bible and God's order and how God created things, but how society is these days. They are praising things that are an abomination to God and what God describes as an abomination in the Bible, namely the whole topic about sexualities. And I even said this on my last...
it's almost like she knows like what actually got her in trouble. Like earlier she's like, oh, I don't know the specific reason that I got banned for. It's like, you know You know what you said that got you in trouble because you're literally alluding to it right now. We actually have the clip and we're going to take a look at it in a little bit, but come on, like, you know what you said.
A YouTube video, Go Boom video, when I was talking about the tabletop Tomb Raider board game or tabletop RPG that looks freaking retarded. So
Hey,
anyway,
Mr. Slim.
on that, I said sexualities aren't real. It's people putting their identity.
What? What? Well, chat, I hate to inform you, but if you have a sexuality, keep in mind if that includes if you're straight, okay? If you have any kind of sexuality or sexual preference, Melonie Mac has ruled that it does not exist. You do not exist, apparently.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Jeez.
Stop being such a little gay homo queer.
In sin, but there is God's way, and anything that is not God's way is sin. If you want to hear me elaborate more on that, you can find that on my last video. But I do not believe sexualities are real. I think that is just a way that society has normalized sin. And like I said, there's God's way and there's sin. There is no in between. So, that's that.
Yeah, I see some people in chat saying she knows what she knows what she did. She knows exactly what she did. I also think it's funny, like she kind of throws in the oh, I was making fun of fat people thing as like some kind of like diversion or whatever, and she like briefly mentions it, but she really harps on quite a bit on her statements on like sexuality and stuff. Like, okay, you know what you did. You know what got you fucked up.
If you guys do watch me on Twitch, I would suggest watching me on YouTube instead. My streams at youtube.com/Melonie Mac. I get the most support there anyway. And on Kick at kick.com/Melonie Mac. So, anyway, this is a quick video, but I hope to see you all on my streams there instead. Twitch is gay. I don't give a freaking crap. There's a reason why they're failing as a platform. Anyway, peace.
Okay. Yeah, that just seems like cope, honestly, the whole thing. So there's their YouTube video that they did on it. So this person quote tweets her previous tweet where she shows that she was banned for hateful conduct. They said, if I had to guess about what the ban was for, it was probably about you talking about homosexuality on live stream. Oh, I kind of see where this is going. Keep telling the truth. Homosexuality is a sin and isn't valid in God's eyes. Now, we're going to take a look at the clip. Obviously, there's a good chance this is the clip that got them banned on Twitch. I want to make this crystal fucking clear to our Twitch overlords here. We do not agree with what she has to say here, but for the sake of breaking down what she has to say, we're going to have a listen to it. So without further ado,
Play that shit!
here we go.
That sin is...
Okay, let me actually boost the audio a little bit. It's a little on the low side. Here we go. That should be good.
That sin is not an
that's better.
identity. And LGBT is not an identity. It's not real. It is all sin that goes against God's design. So society has called this sin an identity to normalize it. Andrew Robb, thank you so much. 10 gifted kick subs. Thank you. But yeah, the concept of...
Okay, so we could already see where this is going, right? We can already see where this is going. What the fuck's Laura doing in the back there? She's a huge Tomb Raider fan. Massive Tomb Raider fan.
Sexualities isn't real. There is what God designed, which is a husband and a wife. And then there's sin. That is it. The whole notion and
why are people like this? It's like I said, like even when I was young and I was growing up like in a Christian home or whatever, my views were always kind of like, okay, well, supposedly I'm being told that this is a sin according to the Bible. Okay, whatever. Why do I care what other people do with their lives? You know, this is little tiny tyke tipster. Okay, talking about like this kind of thing when he's being told about it in Sunday school and shit. It's like, well, what do I care what these people do with their lives then? If this is how they want to live their lives, let them live their lives that way. It doesn't bother me. So like, whatever, who cares? And obviously, like nowadays, I'm very much in support of like, you know, the LGBTQ community and whatnot. And it's the same sort of thing. Like, I will never understand why these people give so much of a shit with what other people, how other people live their lives. Just let them live their lives the way they want to live them, and you live yours your way. And it's like, why do you care so much? Like, genuinely, why do you care?
Concept of, oh, everybody has different sexualities.
Is this the chick that eats sticks of butter? Yes, this is the chick that eats sticks of butter, which is why Laura is posed up with an oversized stick of butter.
That was designed to normalize sin. And that's also a slippery slope because of pervs out there who...
Oh, no. She's not going to do the whole... Okay, I think we're starting to see... I mean, it's already bad enough as it is. But she's not going to do the whole, like, comparing the LGBTQ community to, like, pedophiles and, like, talk about how, oh, it's a slippery slope to accept these sexualities because then you have to accept pedophiles as well, which absolutely not. Nobody who is a member of the LGBTQ plus community wants anything to do with accepting pedophiles or any stupid shit like that. But is that what she's about to say? Is she about to suggest that that's the slippery slope that accepting LGBTQ plus people leads down to? Oh God, I hope that's not what she's about to say.
I have to be careful with how I phrase things because of...
I find it funny that she's like, I have to be careful with how I phrase things because she still got banned from Twitch.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I fucking hate everyone.
That's too funny.
You know, social media censorship, YouTube censorship, but just think about it. People can, whenever this whole idea of, oh yeah, there's different sexualities. Well, that's a big umbrella term and people can apply that to worse and worse and worse things.
So she's implying the whole, like, if we accept gay people, if we accept bi people, etc., then we'll have to accept pedophiles and shit like that. Oh God, no wonder she got banned. No wonder she got one of the biggest forms of like hate speech against LGBTQ people is a case of like trying to compare them to like groomers and pedophiles. So if that's like the route that she's taking, no wonder she got fucking banned.
Like unspeakable things. Let's just say for the purpose of YouTube, I'll just say like animals, for example. People can say, well, that's my sexuality. Like they're attracted to...
Okay, so she didn't go the pedophile route. It was implied. Instead, she went with bestiality, which no. Absolutely fucking not.
Dogs like that or something gross. Right? So that's why I don't know. It just hit me today. It hit me. I felt it in my spirit. Sexualities aren't real. It's
so chat, according to Melonie Mac, if you are gay or bi or, you know, anything like that, you don't exist. You are not real, according to Melonie Mac. She has the authority to make that decision that your existence is not valid. So I think we can see why she would have gotten banned, because I think comparing LGBTQ folks to, you know, people who fuck animals, yeah, that's not a good thing. That's not a good... And obviously she didn't use the example of pedophilia, but she was heavily implying that. I think we can all agree that that was being heavily implied. She may have went with bestiality as the option she verbally talked about, but like, one in the chat, if you agree, she was heavily implying that as well, right? Anyway, Winter Rose in the chat says she's coping and seething. True.
You are coping and seething.
Coping and seething.
You just can't accept what you're seeing.
Yes, you're coping and seething.
The truth it is scalding,
And now you are molding and coping so hard.
fucking hate everyone.
Okay, so she quote tweets this and says, "This is our best guess as to why Twitch banned me." And I believe she also uploaded this clip to her YouTube channel as well, because apparently she's very proud of what she had to say here. She went on to say, "Them, gender is a social construct. Me, sexuality is a social construct. God has a specific design and order. Everything else is wrong." They also went on to say this: "Most of the gaming streamer community hates my guts. That's fine. I'm not compromising my faith in God's word for any of y'all." And the quartering responded with, "I think your guts are great." Okay. The quartering has no business calling anyone a simp when he's responding to her with shit like this.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I just peed in my basement.
Jesus. Anyway. Been getting lots of encouragement and support from all the right people. My heart is full. God bless you all. So you've got a bunch of bigoted people who hate, you know, gay people and trans people, etc., etc. And those people are praising you. So those are all the right people. Those are the kind of people that you want cheering you on. The kind of people who spread hatred and bigotry towards people who happen to be different than them. Okay, I don't want that kind of crowd cheering me on, but you do you, I guess. What else do we have here? PSA. Oh, we got a PSA from Miss Melonie Mac. This is going to be a doozy, I bet.
PSA to the woke mob.
I'm sorry, but like... You know, when you see people say like woke on the internet and like YouTube videos or like on a tweet or something like that, it just comes off as like something that's like super terminally online. But when you hear somebody like unironically say woke or wokeness or woke mob, it literally sends a physical cringe down my fucking spine to hear somebody say that shit.
Look like this. I can have colored hair. I can wear my makeup like this. I can have tattoos. I can like anime and video games. And I don't have to think like you. Christians have been dressing like this and collecting and gaming and watching anime.
Wasn't it conservative Christians that were the ones that were trying to start like a whole new satanic panic over like Pokemon cards in like the late 90s and early 2000s? I seem to remember that. Like, I remember specifically going to church and, like, I was really into Pokemon cards. And so I had my binder of Pokemon cards in my backpack that I kept my Bible in. And then when I pulled out my Bible, they saw my binder of Pokemon cards and they gave me a really fucking hard time for being into Pokemon and trying to tell me it was, like, of the devil. And I was sinning because I liked Pokemon. The fuck?
Way before y'all started telling dudes to cut their wieners off so that they can LARP as women, alright? So, y'all can't hijack this. Don't be a hoe. Christ is king. PSA.
I'm sorry. I think I need to add that to the soundboard. There's something funny about the phrase, "Don't be a hoe, Christ is king." What the fuck? I just want to hear that part again. I don't know why. I think that's funny. Oh, God.
As women, alright? So, y'all can't hijack this. Don't be a hoe. Christ is king.
I don't know why I think that's so funny. Oh my God. I'll tell you why. You know, earlier at the start of the segment, I said that, like, I think she's like the biggest grifter in the world. And I'll tell you why. Because like I said, I used to be a fan of her content. I used to be a fan of watching her streams. She used to do like a lot of gaming videos on YouTube. She did gaming streams. Like I said, she's a big fan of Tomb Raider. So I did a lot of like watching her play Tomb Raider and stuff. And she used to be someone who was pretty progressive. And if you don't believe me, I tweeted this a while back. So was old Melonie Mac the grifter or the new one? And I can't show the newer tweets because she uses the F slur in them. But I'll show you some of the older tweets to just kind of give you a little bit of a contrast of where she was then and who she is now, because we see this here, just blocked 2 of my followers who replied to this tweet with homophobic hate speech. I have no tolerance for that, so good riddance, bigots. Very interesting, considering how frequently you throw around the F slur these days and how often you say really bigoted shit towards trans people and gay people, etc., etc. What else do we have here? This is another example. This says, so is Nathan Drake straight just for the sake of being straight? Newsflash, gay people exist and it's a normal thing. Wow! That's kind of interesting, considering what she just said now about, like, sexualities don't exist. Apparently 2018 Melonie Mac doesn't agree with that. 2018 Melonie Mac says gay people exist and it's a normal thing.
Oh shit!
What happened? There are lots of games with straight couples, so you either have to be against all relationships in general or okay with them, otherwise you're just a bigot. It's kind of crazy how much has changed, right? I'm going to tell you, this is what I think about Melonie Mac. I think Melonie Mac is a grifter. And as I said before, oftentimes the term grifter gets misused just to label someone who maybe they've had a change of heart about their beliefs and they believe different things, so they get labeled a grifter. Or maybe there's someone who's always had progressive views or, you know, right-wing views, whatever the views are that they're expressing. Maybe they've always had those views, but they've just never discussed them, and then when they start being more vocal with them, then they get called a grifter or whatever, right? So very often the term grifter gets misused, but I really truly believe that Melonie Mac is a grifter. I think what happened is she used to be a successful Twitch streamer and a successful YouTuber. She got an exclusive contract to stream over on Facebook Gaming, which if you've ever watched a stream on Facebook Gaming, nobody watches streams on Facebook fucking Gaming, so that was a colossal flop for her fucking career. She then went on to take a job doing like gaming news and stuff like that for GameStop TV. If you've ever been in a GameStop store, you know, they have the TVs mounted in the stores and they have like, you know, 24/7 news broadcasts running. She used to be on that. And, you know, that might have been okay for her career, but for whatever reason, they decided not to renew her contract. So she was away from content creation for a while. And when she came back, her career was dead. Because nobody remembered her anymore, right? She hadn't uploaded to YouTube in years because she had like an exclusivity deal with Facebook and, you know, with GameStop. And so when she decided to come back to the platforms she used to be successful on, like Twitch and YouTube, her career was dead. And so I think she started pondering, and how could I reinvigorate my career? Oh, this whole like anti-SJW grift. Okay, it's working for the quartering. It's working for, you know, geeks and gamers. You know, the Screw Attack side scrollers guys, they're on the right wing grift now. Maybe I can get in on that too, and maybe I can make a quick bag. And suddenly, she's successful again. So I'm sorry. I know the term grift gets misused all the time, but I really truly believe that this is a grift. She saw that her career was dead as fuck, and so she decided to she decided to, you know, for using gamer lingo for what she used to be, she decided to use a cheat code. I'm going to be a right-wing anti-SJW grifter, and I'm going to make a quick buck off of the backs of a bunch of naive and gullible fucking, you know, right-wingers who think, oh, pretty girls say right-wing things? Oh, cool. I definitely want to subscribe to that. That's what this is. She is absolutely 100% a grifter. There is not a doubt in my fucking mind about it, especially when you take a look at these old tweets. She is so fake. And anybody who's stupid enough to not be able to see it, I'm sorry, you need to get your head examined because it's plain as fucking day.